Hello, students. Today, let us understand the third poem, A Tiger in the Zoo by Leslie Norris, from the text First Flight. The poem refers to the freedom of wild animals. Just like we humans, they too should enjoy their freedom and should not be caged. This poem contrasts a tiger when it is in its natural habitat and when it is imprisoned in a zoo. Now, let me tell you about the poet. George Leslie Norris was a prize winning Welsh poet and short story writer. His literary publications have won many prizes. Let's understand the poem part by part. He stalks in his vivid stripes, the few steps of his cage, on pads of velvet quiet in his quiet rage. The lines mean that the tiger moves up and down in his cage. The stripes on his body are of bright color. The tiger moves very quietly and it can take only a few steps because the cage is small. It is not easy to move inside a small cage. You cannot hear its footsteps. The tiger is angry because he is not free and he is helpless. He should be lurking in shadow, sliding through long grass, near the water hole where plump deer pass. Over here, the poet says that the tiger should have been in its natural habitat. He would have hid himself behind the long grass near the water bodies, so that he can easily spot a deer when it would pass that way and catch it in order to have it as its food. However, the tiger is in the cage and he cannot do so. He should be snarling around houses at the jungle's edge, baring his white fangs, his claws, terrorizing the village. The poet says that if the tiger would have been free, he would have been snarling and making warning sounds and growling around the houses located at the edge of the jungle. He would be showing his sharp teeth and claws and terrorizing the villagers. His sight would create fear among the people living in the villages. But he is locked in a concrete cell, his strength behind bars, stalking the length of his cage, ignoring visitors. Over here, the poet says that the tiger is not in the jungle but in a cage made of bricks and cement. Since the tiger is behind the bars of his cage, his ferociousness is also behind the bars. Very slowly and silently, he moves up and down along the length of the cage. He ignores and takes no note of the visitors who have come to the zoo to have a look at him. He hears a last voice at night, the patrolling cars, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. The poet says that at night the tiger hears the sounds of the patrolling cars that moves around to keep guard. Even at night, the tiger remains disturbed due to the noise. He keeps staring at the shining stars with his shining eyes. The sad tiger is perhaps asking the Almighty why he has been imprisoned there.